So in 2019, the industry set an ambition to be net zero by 2050, which is one of the first sectors to set that commitment. Now we're a few years into that progress. We publish an annual tracking report to see how we're doing as a sector across all the regions. We've seen remarkable progress, especially in Europe, where operators have actually reduced their operational emissions by more than 50% in just 3 years. So really strong progress on energy efficiency, on renewable energy. In fact, some operators in Europe are now at 100% renewable energy for their electricity consumed. So really remarkable progress. We're also doing a lot of work on Scope 3 emissions, which is the bulk of the sector's footprint. So the GSMA has worked on guidance to align the industry around methodologies and data so we could get a better understanding of our Scope 3 emissions, and then also engage our suppliers to help reduce their emissions as well so that we can reduce our total footprint. With demand for connectivity continuing to rise, we're going to need more digital infrastructure. And this is where I think sustainable finance can play a key role in unlocking that investment to make sure that we can meet our digital decade targets in Europe, while also making sure that infrastructure is as sustainable as possible.
In terms of challenges, so the ICT sector is a sector included in the taxonomy, but the numbers that we've been reporting the last 3 years in a row are not very big. In fact, they are small numbers because they are not included in our core business. So networks, for example, are not there. That means that we get the numbers, we put the efforts, we put the resources in place, but we get small numbers that do not really allow us, for example, to use. In the case of Telefónica, 0.6% of CapEx, we are not using that type of number to go to the market and issue a green bond. What we need to put in place, and the main challenge that we have as an industry, is that we have been included in the taxonomy as ICT sector, but we need the big core business of the ICT sector to be included. Why we want to use the taxonomy? We have this digital decade targets that has been put in place by the European Union that is good for the consumers to have a much more quality in terms of fixed networks and mobile networks in place in their homes. But to get that, we need to do a massive investments to increase and improve the technologies, the design of the networks. And as telco companies, for example, we want to put that in place, and what we are promoting here as a sector is that we can do that with taxonomy as a tool.
Digital connectivity is critical for a future-fitting competitive society, and that as the taxonomy comes live and steers financing towards the solutions that we need for a future-fit economy, telecommunication networks should be included in the taxonomy. Now, how is of course the big question, and here the answer is with simple yet robust science-aligned criteria, and specifically the criteria we're suggesting is first, that operators commit to a science-aligned CO2 reduction target, and secondly, that they have robust criteria to measure the improvement in energy efficiency, either per unit of data or per subscriber.